The shockwave that blasted through the galaxy wasn't the end. It was the opening chapter of a crisis humanity never imagined it would face. After the collapse of the black hole, after the gravitational scream that shook star clusters like leaves in a cosmic storm, the universe didn't settle. It began changing. Quietly at first. Subtly. Then violently. Across observatories on Earth and beyond, strange readings flood the screens. Telescopes pick up distortions that twist constellations into unfamiliar shapes. Entire star fields seem to smear across the sky like wet paint. Astronomers gasp as data reveals that space itself is becoming elastic, stretching and shrinking unpredictably, as if reality is now breathing. And then the unthinkable happens. The gravitational shockwave reaches the outer rim of the galaxy. Thousands of stars suddenly speed up their rotation. Some start spiraling inward. Some begin slingshotting outward like cosmic bullets. Planets that once drifted peacefully around their suns now trace wild, looping arcs, their orbits mutating as they struggle to adapt to the new gravitational topography. Many worlds lose their balance entirely and drift into the cold dark, their skies dimming into eternal night. Humanity watches helplessly. The destruction of one black hole didn't just destabilize space, it destabilized the order of gravity itself. Scientists scramble to build new models. Supercomputers run simulations that crash within seconds, failing to predict the unpredictable. The universe is no longer following the rules it used to. Gravity is thinning in some regions, thickening in others. Time is accelerating in pockets while slowing in others. Light is no longer traveling in straight lines, it bends, loops, and refracts around invisible scars left by the destroyed singularity. While the cosmos trembles, the site of the collapse becomes a battleground of forces beyond comprehension. That strange bubble of exotic energy, the shimmering remnant of the singularity, begins pulsing. Each pulse sends out a new wave that stirs spacetime like a spoon in a bowl of liquid stars. Each wave travels farther and faster than the last. Exploratory probes sent close to the event report bizarre phenomena, particles behaving backward in time, light flickering between existence and non-existence, and radiation patterns that seem to encode something. Almost like information. Messages. Memories from inside the black hole bleeding out into the universe. But the most disturbing discovery is the tearing. Space around the collapse zone is starting to fracture. Tiny rips appear, microscopic fissures in the fabric of reality. They flicker open like cracks in glass, revealing brief glimpses of something on the other side. Not stars. Not darkness. Something different. A place where colors don't behave right. Where geometry bends in impossible ways. Where the rules we know don't apply. Scientists panic. If these cracks grow, they could tear space-time apart, unzipping the universe like a seam ripping across a cosmic coat. Earth begins feeling the impacts. The moon's orbit shifts by centimeters, then meters, then kilometers. Tides surge higher. Storms grow stronger. Gravity on Earth fluctuates by the tiniest fraction, but even a tiny change twists the behavior of the oceans, winds, and molten core. People across the world feel disoriented as time itself subtly warps, seconds feel longer, shadows stretch strangely, clocks disagree by fractions that shouldn't be possible. Satellites drift out of position. GPS systems collapse. Communications lag as signals travel through a warped space-time landscape. Humanity realizes it hasn't just destroyed a black hole. It has tilted the balance of the entire galaxy, and the consequences are rippling outward. Months pass. The anomalies intensify. Other black holes across the universe begin reacting again. A supermassive black hole in a distant galaxy brightens suddenly, firing jets of radiation farther and more violently than ever observed. A smaller black hole collapses without warning, sending out its own gravitational burst. Neutron stars start vibrating with new frequencies. Pulsars blink in patterns that resemble strange, repeating pulses, as if answering the collapse. The universe isn't just reacting randomly. It's synchronizing. Something is connecting the black holes. Something awakened by the destruction. Scientists uncover a terrifying theory. Black holes may be part of a cosmic network, tunnels, nodes, and pathways woven into the foundations of the universe. Killing one node may have sent a shock into the entire system. Some black holes might be overcompensating. Others might be collapsing. Some might be merging. But all are responding. And the pulses from the collapse zone intensify. Each pulse sends clearer messages, fragments of data, memories, strange patterns. Some appear to be star maps. Some look like equations in mathematical languages no human ever invented. Some resemble images of places that never existed in our universe. It becomes clear, whatever was inside the black hole is leaking out. A universe worth of information. A history worth of swallowed worlds. A timeline of forgotten stars. One breakthrough changes everything. A team studying the pulses realizes they are counting down. The exotic bubble is growing, and the pulses become more rapid as if leading to some final transformation. Humanity fears the worst, a space-time rupture big enough to swallow solar systems. Space agencies unite. Nations drop their feuds. A global effort begins to build the largest gravitational stabilizer ever conceived, a machine designed to anchor spacetime before the final pulse. It takes months, then years. Humanity puts everything into it. It becomes the most ambitious project since the first civilizations looked at the stars and wondered. The final pulse arrives as the machine activates. The bubble cracks open. The universe holds its breath again. But instead of an explosion, everything becomes impossibly still. Soundless. Weightless. Timeless. Space stretches like a frozen wave. Time stops moving. Stars pause mid-twinkle. Planets halt mid-orbit. Even the exotic bubble stops expanding, suspended in a perfect moment that feels like the universe is thinking. Then it begins. The bubble dissolves into streams of light, swirling patterns of information finally freed. They spread across the galaxy, across the universe, across every corner of reality. These streams carry knowledge of everything the black hole ever consumed. Civilizations long destroyed. Stars that never finished forming. Secrets of physics deeper than any human mind has ever dreamed of. Humanity watches this cosmic dawn with awe. The universe resets its balance, gravity stabilizes, space-time heals, rips close, and the galaxy breathes again. Stars drift into new stable positions. Time settles. The universe recalibrates. And as humanity stands on the edge of this new cosmic dawn, the universe feels different. Not calmer. Not safer. But alive. As if it has awakened alongside us. Scientists who once debated the nature of black holes now stare into the newborn white spring with a kind of reverent fear, knowing that this single shimmering sphere could hold the answers to everything we were never meant to understand. The world unites in fascination. Streets fill with people gazing up at the night sky, knowing that somewhere out there, light born from the ashes of a destroyed singularity is traveling toward them. Children ask what it means. Elders wonder what comes next. For the first time in generations, humanity feels small again, not insignificant, but humbled. A reminder that the universe is not a quiet place, but a restless, evolving giant full of mysteries too deep for a single species to grasp. News spreads that the white spring is growing. Slowly, steadily, like a seed awakening in the dark. Not devouring space, creating it. A soft expansion. A gentle unfolding. The birth of new particles, new forces, new elements never seen before. The galaxy watches, breathlessly, as it becomes a nursery of physics, a fountain of raw existence. But deep down, everyone knows the truth, nothing in the universe comes without a consequence. If a black hole was the ultimate destroyer, and a white spring is the ultimate creator, then the balance between the two has shifted. And a shifted balance means new outcomes. New paths. New dangers. New beginnings. For the first time in history, we've altered the cosmic scale. And now, humanity must choose what happens next. Teams of explorers train endlessly for the first journey toward the newborn phenomenon. Engineers design ships built to withstand forces no human has ever faced. Philosophers debate the morality of approaching something that may be the universe's most sacred birth. Religious leaders speak of signs. Scientists speak of data. The world vibrates with anticipation. Yet, in the quiet moments between all this noise, there is something else. Something deeper. A realization spreading through humanity like the soft glow of dawn. We didn't just destroy a black hole. We proved that the universe is not a prison of inevitability. Not a set of locked laws. Not a rigid machine. It's a symphony, one that can be rewritten. One that can be reshaped. One that responds to curiosity, to courage, to recklessness, to wonder. And with that realization comes a new fear, and a new hope. Fear that one misstep could collapse the fragile order we've just restored. Hope that this newborn cosmic fountain could unlock the destiny of our species. As the final pulses of information from the collapse wash over our instruments, humanity discovers something extraordinary, the last message encoded within the dying singularity. A pattern. A rhythm. Almost like a heartbeat. A reminder that even in destruction, there is memory. Even in chaos, there is meaning.